Everyone believes China became the world's factory because it worked harder, played fair, and simply outperformed everyone else. That version feels comforting, almost inevitable, but it's incomplete. And the part that's missing is far more uncomfortable than most people realize. And yes, it gets worse. Imagine waking up in a world where almost everything around you comes from the same place. Your phone, your clothes, your furniture, even parts of your car. While factories across the West were shutting their doors, new ones were rising in China almost overnight. Trillions of dollars quietly changed direction without headlines or alarms. Even economists started to panic, which is rare because they're usually confused, not scared. The official explanation sounds simple enough. China opened its economy, joined the World Trade Organization, offered cheap labor, and won through efficiency. A clean success story that fits neatly into textbooks and speeches.
But that's only the version people like to repeat. Because if this were just about efficiency, entire industries across Europe and the United States wouldn't have vanished in the process. This is where the story gets uncomfortable. The real engine behind China's rise wasn't luck or fairness. It was a carefully engineered strategy, aggressive government control combined with rules that applied to foreign companies but somehow never to domestic ones. If Western corporations wanted access to cheap manufacturing, they had to hand over technology. Wages were kept artificially low. The currency was managed to keep exports cheaper than everyone else's. This wasn't an accident or a coincidence. It was a long-term plan executed with precision. It's like watching someone play chess while the rest of the world thinks they're playing checkers, and everyone pretended this was normal. But the most insane part was still ahead. At first, it looked like a win for everyone.
Corporations made more money. Consumers enjoyed cheaper products. Life felt easier. Then, the warning signs started to appear. Factories closed across Europe and the United States. Entire towns lost their jobs. Governments insisted everything was fine, until the chain reaction became impossible to ignore. What began as outsourcing quietly turned into total dependence, and some experts still argue this wasn't an industrial crisis at all. They say it was a global robbery disguised as globalization. This was the moment the world realized it was trapped. Supply chains froze. A delay at a single Chinese port could shut down factories on the other side of the planet. Entire economies held their breath at once. If money could scream, this is the moment it would have lost its voice. And here's the detail almost everyone ignores. People think this story is over. It isn't. It affects your life every single day. The prices you pay, the jobs that disappeared.
The economic dependence no one knows how to reverse. China's role as the world's factory didn't end. It just became invisible. And the financial scars from those decisions never fully healed. In the end, this was never just about factories or cheap products. It was about power, human decisions, and short-term greed. Finance isn't numbers on a screen. It's human behavior wearing a suit. And if you think this story sounds insane, wait until you see what happened when the world tried to break that dependence.